What's up guys, and welcome to Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Unlike with most of my longer full playthrough recordings, no mods this time around, but a little challenge run in the game itself you can do. And as the title suggests, yeah, Bell Demon, no Kuro's Charm, and as a little added bonus, no prosthetic tool upgrades. The last one is kinda tacked on there, I guess, but there are a couple of enemies that do get kinda trivialized if you have the right tool upgraded correct way, specific way. But I'll explain more about the Bell Demon and the Charm thing as we go along, so let's just jump right to a new save file. Skipped the cinematic intro there, but I'll let this one roll. So anyway, the first of the limitations, challenge thingies that we will see will be the Kuro's Charm thing. So right as the gameplay begins, you will see me gain an item called Kuro's Charm. And basically what it does... Basically what it does means that when you block, you do not take chip damage from enemy attacks. But I will demonstrate it better when we actually fight some enemies. And yeah, it is actually an item that you are under its effects by default on your first playthrough of the game, but once you beat the game at least once, you kind of gain the item on any subsequent playthroughs, and you can actually give it away right here in the intro to make things more difficult for yourself. So, you know, basically you are playing the easy mode of the game on your first playthrough without the game even telling you it is slightly easier than it could be. Or technically you are playing the normal mode, but anyway, you can see the Kuro's Charm there on the right that I got. And just skipping through these, I'll just... There we go, yeah, charm received from Kuro. To part with it would mean facing a path of hardship, beyond that endured thus far. And here's just the letter that was dropped. I will skip probably most of the dialogue and cutscenes in the game, but I might let some roll, I have no idea. But anyway, this will not be very story-centric playthrough, so if you're expecting that from this, then I apologize. Your expectations will not be met. And as you might have heard there already, yeah, I have the audio set to... audio language set to Japanese. Because, well, it's the default setting, and I tried to play the game for like, I did like 1/3 of the New Game Plus with English voices, and I don't know, it just sounds so really wrong to me, and I just can't do it. Though to the English dubs credit, I do have to say that, yeah, they have Ray Chase, I think, voicing Lord Genichiro, and I really like Ray Chase in many of his roles. Also, we can do a little eavesdropping here. Just getting some context, insight into the world and the story. And yeah, full disclosure, I kind of recorded this before. Well, actually no, I didn't record this before. I played the first hour of this challenge run already 2 days ago. But yeah, once I was pretty much exactly 1 hour in, I realized I never actually, turned on the recording. So it was literally just me talking to myself. I mean, it still is, because this is not a stream. But still, yeah, I wasn't even recording it at that time, so yeah. Technically, the first hour will be something that I already did 2 days ago, but I will do it again now. it would have felt really wrong to start recording, you know, after actually beginning the playthrough. I have no idea why I'm grabbing there again. Also, something important I was still meant to say, but I'm sure it will come to me. But here we meet Kuro in the tower that was mentioned. But there isn't anything really interesting. We'll get our sword, and when we talk to Kuro, we'll get our not Estus healing gourd, I think it was called, yeah. And then Kuro just telling us to meet him later on, and yeah. Now that you get the charm on your second and then on playthroughs, you have the option to give Kuro's charm away. And also I should mention that, yeah, this is a completely fresh save file. So the Kuro's charm thing isn't a New Game Plus specific thing, but instead it is, once you beat the game at least once, the whole game kind of registers that you have beaten the game at least once, and the charm thing is an option even on a fresh save file. And we shall insist that he takes it. Suffering is what I desire. You have chosen the path of further hardships. But we'll just have to make it work. Then I'll just get the healing gourd to my quick items, and I suppose I could use the homeward idol for warping there too. Did you say anything at this point? Okay, yeah, just repeating the secret passage thing where I'm gonna head next. The thing that I was thinking I should mention, yeah, my previous experience with the game, excluding the 1 hour session that I had 2 days ago when I thought I was recording. I am recording, right? Yeah, I am. I am actually recording this time around, yeah. Before that, I played through the game 4 times on release. Casually spoiling here that, yeah, there are 4 endings in the game, and I got all of them on the same save file, so I did like a New Game Plus, New Game Plus 2, and New Game Plus 3. Got all the endings, and that is all that I have done. And I think I did get all the achievements, trophies, however way you wanna call them. Got all of those while doing those 4 playthroughs, and that it was around 80-90 hours of playing. And that was back in April, when the game was released. So, generally I will be really rusty in the game. But I kind of did want to start this with the idea in mind that I will get my ass handed to me quite a lot. Then, yeah, the Kuro's charm thing. If you deflect correctly, then I will only take some posture damage. You can see on the bottom middle, the little yellow bar there. If I just hold the block, normally I would also just get posture damage. But I will also, now that I gave Kuro's charm away, I will also take normal HP damage to my health bar. Not much, but it will add up. Once I'm fighting for a while. There we go, took some damage again. So basically what the Kuro's charm means, I really have to practice, especially in longer boss fights, to actually time my deflects correctly. The Bell Demon will be the next thing for me to kinda unlock. Well, technically I have already unlocked that I will not upgrade any of my prosthetic tools, but well, technically I don't have any prosthetic tools yet. Anyway, a lot of blabbering from me at this point, but I do believe I can make it to the Demon Bell to get to the Bell Demon in this first episode. At least I really hope I can. Kinda fucked up my sneak attack there. And I suppose a little positive about the already kind of having done this before, but having to do it again. Since I don't have the Bell Demon yet, it kind of feels unfair to just clear areas. So this time I'm actually gonna go with a little additional tiny rule that I will not activate any sculpture idols, which are kind of like the bonfires. If you're not aware, I will not activate a single sculptor's idol except the one in the hub area before I get the Bell Demon. Let's see if I can still take this guy out. I was meant to put the pellets that I got to my quick items, but oh well. Could have just quickly used them from the menu too, but too late. But anyway, yeah, I will not actually activate... Kuro is all ashamed of me here. I will not activate sculptor idols and get checkpoints that way before I get the Bell Demon. But we'll see what that actually means for me once we get a little further on. And I'll also... Oh right, I can pause in the middle of fight. In the middle of fighting, I completely forgot that about Sekiro, so... Actually I was in no trouble at all with that earlier guy. I could have put the healing item in my quick items. Oh well. I'll beat him in this time. And also I won't promise that I will go for all and every single enemy in the game, but I'll probably try to clear areas like semi-decently. Now let's see how fighting this guy goes. Also, although I gave the Kuro's charm away already, there will actually be another chance for me to give it away. I mean, take it back, I think. Yeah, I already gave it away, so yeah, I think I can get it back still. But obviously I'm not gonna do that. I have chosen this path and I will stick to it. And just saying that on the note that you can see under my health bar the little red kanji symbol. And it is basically a status effect visualizer. There we go, got this guy down. And got a pellet from him too. A little status effect symbolizer, visualizer, the red kanji there under my health bar. That basically tells you that you don't have the Kuro's charm right now. You do take cheap damage from failing your deflects and just guarding. So, if it disappears at some point, then you know that I'm cheating. And just more flavor text from some enemies. Then let's see if I can take this guy out. Shouldn't be much of a problem. And let's try to jump this way for another pellet, and I don't think there was any other items around. So I can just make it here. And let's call Kuro here to kind of finish the tutorial. Well, technically there will still be a boss fight, but... But, well, as you probably know, I don't actually have to beat the fight here. That is about to come right now. I suppose this cutscene I could let roll.
私は すまぬ。
お任せを。
You can win this fight, but I don't think it actually gets you anything. But obviously, let's try our best. And there goes my arm. I think if you beat Genichiro, then one of his lackeys throw like a throwing knife kind of thing and it will cut your hand off.
Shinobiとてこの程度か。ミコはもらっていくぞ。
I think it was exactly that guy who will throw the throwing star thingy. And nothing really worth seeing in this one. I'll just wake up and notice that, yeah, indeed my arm is gone and it's been replaced by the Shinobi prosthetic. And yeah, I noticed this dialogue option here 2 days ago when I thought I was recording. I'm sorry, I'll stop saying it over and over again. Notice it here, but I won't even check what it is, just in case, because I don't want the challenge thing to go away. Getting some story here, I'm not actually sure if you have to go through these or not. But he does tell us, the sculptor, that if we find tools, then let's come to him and he will fit them into my arm. And you can actually upgrade the tools at him too, but that is indeed a thing that I won't do. And the sculptor tells me to meet, what's it called? It. Was he called Hanbei, the Undying or something here? And he gets a little hostile right away, but it's not exactly a problem to take down. But he does not die. Hence the name Hanbei the Undying, if I remember it correctly. There's the prompt. And let's accept. Now I can practice some techniques on him if I feel I have to, but of course it's not necessary at all. Okay, I guess this is already like activated then. But yeah, indeed, this is the only one that I will commune with before. I actually thought Emma would be here. Do I need to talk some more? Well, anyway, since I'm here, I'll just run past. Run around the building, I'll grab some consumable souls, I mean... Litecoin purse. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to talk to Hanbei because it will progress his quest line that... Well, you get an item out of it later. Don't do anything funny with this one, he says. Ah, shit. I'll talk to Hanbei once again, just to make sure. Thought Emma should have appeared here already. Guess I missed something. Well, fine then. I fucking swear I saw Emma here 2 days ago though, but okay. Let's just keep going then. And so, let's start kinda skipping all the areas here, because indeed I said I will not commune with any of the sculpture idols here. Sculpture's idols, so no checkpoints for me before I get to the demon. A demon from the demon bell. Not the best shinobi. Meaning me. And I don't think I mentioned before, yeah, another thing about my rules, I have no rules, no limitations about skill points or using prayer beads or using boss memories to gain more attack power or anything like that. Kind of like leveling, so to speak, is fair game. It's just that I won't upgrade the prosthetic tools, and I'll have those two little difficulty modifiers, being the no charm and the demon. There would be a store up there, but I suppose it would be fair if I ignore it for now. Seems once again I want the Bella Demon first before I actually start kinda progressing through the game. I could give this guy a backstab though. So almost to my first real, how should I say, problem. I will fight the Chained Ogre, but, well, normally you get a little hint from here. Those red eyes fear fire, so yeah, you should get the fire vent tool and use it against the Chained Ogre, because it really helps. And from that guy there, being a merchant, who I will talk to later once I get to the demon, he would kinda give me a hint that I can find it at a Hirata estate, and I can kinda, from a different NPC, I kinda get an item that I can go to a kind of a memory, and the memory happens at the Hirata estate, and I get the flame event from there. So I guess for a normal casual playthrough, you should go to the memory first and get the flame event from there to have a much better chance at fighting the Chained Ogre here. But because I want to have this limitation, I'll just take on the Chained Ogre without the flame event. But I have some practice against him already. Kind of sadly I have some practice against him already because of my failed recording. But make no mistake, I still suck at fighting him. So definitely not expecting to beat him first try, but hey, we'll see. It seems you can grapple onto him after many of his attacks, but I think it just gets you a couple of free hits. Nothing major really, but hey, I guess everything helps, but I'm afraid it just kind of makes me lose focus or something, so I'm not doing it. Almost done with first of his HP bars. That was a bit too close. And indeed, done with the first of his health bars. Then just gotta do it again. Okay, yeah, there's no doubt the practice I had 2 days ago helped. Because I think he took me 3 attempts last time. And yeah, like most mini-bosses, I got a prayer bead out of him. And when I get 4 of them, I can upgrade my health and posture. If you happen to check my video around the release, I doubt very... I think there's only a very few people who actually watched my video but haven't played the game. But anyway, yeah, I was mistaken in my first impressions video. The prayer beads do not boost your attack power, they only boost your health and posture. And some enemies also give you some passive skills, so yeah, my healing items, at least my gourds, will heal me a little more from now on. But let's keep going, because as I said, time and time again, I'll kind of ignore everything until I get to the Bell Demon. And I was noticed by some meanies, but once again I shall ignore. Turn back if you value your life, you can't behead the headless. Which is kind of giving you a warning about an area I'm about to go to. I actually... there are 2 paths to the Demon Bell where I'm headed. And it was actually kind of late into my first playthrough that I even found this path. Well, or like I considered that I could use this path too, because... ah shit, I'll explain better when I get to that place. Anyway, here's a dark, spooky cave with something spooky inside indeed. Being that guy. A headless, bloated corpse with a sword, who you do not want to get too close to. And this would just take me to some items, but once again I'll ignore those until I'm done with my Bell Demon thingy. Okay, so I'm not exactly sure where the hole is, but I'll just jump down and try to make it. Ah, it's right there, good. Because if you stand around a headless for too long, bad things happen. I mean, both you will die, you will get terror, which is basically insta-kill status effect, and you also can't run. You kind of get slowed down to a crawl. But anyway, I'll just take this guy out quickly too before he kills me. one of the enemies that are quite easy to just spam attack to beat. Black gunpowder, so upgrade materials that I will do nothing with. Anyway, the first time I got here into this building was through this door, but it does not open from this side, and it makes sense that it doesn't open from this side, because it would be kind of a shortcut to a later part of the game. But I actually thought it was the intended path to getting here, and only after that I found this path here too, which takes me to the cave where I just was. And I had no idea that I can even come here this early. I stumbled upon the Headless's cave, but I just found myself quite dead quite fast. But anyway, we have found our way to the Demon Bell, so here's a note we shall read. Do not ring this bell. Inviting misfortune is an active virtue, but only the stoutest of heart should ever consider it. So what we do is, obviously, ring the fucking bell. And gain Sinister Burden. And the Bell Demon item. Bell Demon confers hardship, but perhaps also slightly better spoils. And yeah, you kind of get this as an, I mean not kind of, but you do get this as an item that you can use, and the only thing that happens by using the item is that the demon goes away and you can get it back if you ring the bell again. So, you know, nothing permanent. And you can also see the Bell Demon icon under my health bar too, so at any point in this playthrough you should see both of those icons there. If either one of them is missing, then you know I'm cheating. Technically, well, since I got the Bell Demon now, it doesn't matter if I activate this sculpture's idol here now. And yeah, I need, as I said, 4 prayer beads to enhance physical attributes. But now, let's get back to the dilapidated temple. Emma should be there by now, at least. And that she is. Let's talk to her. No idea why she wasn't here earlier. And you can upgrade your healing gourd by giving gourd seeds to Emma. Also with the Demon Bell, I mean Bell Demon, I completely fucking forgot to, you know, even talk about what it does. And the answer is I don't remember, so I'll have to edit it into the video. But basically I think it makes enemies tougher, but you can get more upgrade materials from them, and I think you can kind of get better upgrade materials from them. I guess kind of you could think that some enemies that would normally only drop Titanite shards can also drop large Titanite shards, and you know, stuff like that. I do not remember if it has any effect on money you get, the Sen currency, or skill points that you gain from enemies, but as I said, I'll just have it edited in and you probably already read the answer. But it at least if it affects the, you know, item drops of enemies, and it makes them more difficult. I'm not sure if it takes them all the way to like New Game Plus difficulty, but anyway, the enemies will be stronger. I think they'll take more hits to actually kill now. And I have the chip damage thing by giving away Kuno's charm, so that's basically the bread and butter of this entire playthrough and its challenge-ness. And as I said, I also won't upgrade any of the tools that I find, but I can use the tools all I want. I know there is the Firecrackers tool that kinda trivializes a lot of bosses and encounters, but well, first of all, I don't have much experience with it, so I probably couldn't use it all that efficiently. But even if I could, then of course I would not cheese fights with it. I want this to be fun after all, it's not a thing that I just want to get over with. Let's see how just fighting them one-on-one goes. Well, not one-on-one, but basically my point was actually fighting them instead of backstabbing them. How much... oh god, okay. How much chip damage would I take from a single hit? Slightly more, I think, at least, than I did in the tutorial. And these are still, yeah, the very beginning enemies. And down they go. Scrap iron, more upgrade materials. And now that enemies are more... well, they are stronger and more dangerous to me, so... I guess that kinda creates an incentive for me to actually try to be a little sneaky in some places. Some frame rate hiccups. Actually quite a lot of them right now, not sure why. Apparently some fuckery with the recording too, so hopefully nothing too bad. Also, I'm about to die really soon. But die I shall not. What did some of these sugars do again? I kind of forgot already. Temporarily reduces vitality damage, so yeah, basically normal damage and... suppresses sound and presence for a time, okay. So, easier to sneak around with that. Still no idea what actually caused the frame rate hiccups. I doubt it was the fucking dog, because it would be a really weird and specific thing. Or maybe my PC is just exploding in the background in the heat of summer. Probably that, actually. Luckily the dogs go down quite easily. But I'll have to keep an eye on the recording thing, because I do not want it to be a long-running thing. Idol found, and we shall rest. And we'll get a shuriken wheel from here, which I can fit into the arm, as is the tutorial, as was the tutorial on the screen. I'm gonna fit that into my arm at the sculpture, and then I'll have the shuriken wheel attack possible. I think you can get a sneak attack on that mini-boss by jumping from above, but let's see if I could walk behind him. I kinda doubt it though. Well, he definitely... okay. There's no way... no way that he won't notice me. Well, guess I just gotta practice my deflects then. And alright, of course, now that the enemies do more damage, they also do more posture damage. So, yeah, I really have to be careful with all the deflections, because my posture will run out really fast. Oh no. This will be difficult. And yeah, basically the reason for this playthrough was basically to have a death montage, dying montage, in a lot of situations. And yeah, now that I died for the first time, after the tutorial I get kind of another tutorial to the resurrection mechanic. Yeah, resurrection blah blah blah. Don't you do exactly that which was restoring your posture. Okay, now I actually died. So let's see if we get some unseen aid, which is the chance of me keeping my money and XP. I guess I didn't. So yeah, I lost half my money and half my skill points on hand, except I did have the... Alright, skills had their own menu here. No wait, you didn't actually upgrade skills here. I sure know how to play this game! Anyway, I got to keep my skill point because I already went over the threshold of the XP that I need for a skill point, so by dying you want to lose skill points, but if you're between, if you have like halfway the skill point, skill XP between skill points, and you die and you don't get unseen aid and get to keep that XP, then you go down to 1/4 to the way between those skill points. Jesus fucking Christ, that was a unnecessarily difficult way of putting it, but I'm totally sure you know what I mean. And also, yeah, if you die and lose your money, then of course that money is gone too. But it's semi-easy to kind of do some savings, investments. You can buy some of those consumable money items, so those coin purses from some NPCs. Which means that you kind of, well, have money that you can kind of only activate when you need it. And you won't lose those consumable items when you die. I am not taking on 3 of these guys at the same time at my current stats and all. But mostly because of the challenge run aspects that I'm having here. Also, I keep forgetting I need to actually press down the gathering button to get loot and money from enemies. This time I could make it to the shop that I mentioned if I can get there alive. But I could take a couple of seconds here. Okay, so you can clearly see me. That's bad. Okay, 2 guys can see me. That's even worse. Did not mean to be hanging there. Let's see if I could make the jump. There we go. We find the memorial mob. And I would buy Robert's firecrackers if I had the money, but sadly I do not. So I guess I'll just go with the Litecoin purse. And yeah, there's a slight, how should I call it, interest fee. You get 100 sen from a Litecoin purse, but it costs 110 to buy, so you kinda lose some money, but it's also... Well, actually, I guess I could say the 10% price on top of the value is kind of like an insurance money that you gotta pay. Just like the crows, you find the memorial mob in all kinds of places. tents with creeps inside them. Was there anything here on the roof? I do not think so. And yeah, this NPC here, dear fucking god, on my first playthrough. A favor, might you look in on that old lady in that house? On my first playthrough, my first instinct was, oh, okay, that house there, yeah. Okay, I guess I'll find the mother there. And in my infinite wisdom, I didn't think to actually look to my right and see the mother right there. And she is a little cuckoo, as the sun said. And I'll get from her this little bell charm that I can offer to the Buddha statue at the dilapidated temple. And this would... Oh no, enemies. I will get back to my thoughts when I hopefully survive this fight first. There we go. Yeah. I can enter the memory that I was talking about earlier, where I would find the flame vent. And I only found the mother there after beating the chained ogre, so yeah, on my very first playthrough of the game I actually did beat the chained ogre without the flame vent too. But that time it was not a deliberate decision, but just pure stupidity from me. Also, as a general statement about this playthrough, I will try to kill all the bosses that I can in a single playthrough. Let's put it that way. There are some implications in that sentence, but I won't dwell on those right now. But yeah, I will try to kill the maximum amount of bosses that I can kill in a single playthrough, and I'll probably go, if not for all, then at least the most mini-bosses and get the prayer beads and stuff like that, but hey, we'll see. Okay, I might not find all the prayer beads that are not from enemies, but anyway, let's keep going. And that night... That night refers to the memory you can enter with the bell charm that I got, and I can pay the ex-criminal, now a merchant guy, ex-robber. I can buy some information from him. Did I have 20 more? I did. And yeah, he kinda hints that you can get the flame vent from there. So kind of, if you do talk to NPCs and, you know, explore, look around a little, you can kind of get hints on where to get a tool that might really help you against the chained ogre. Since, once again, these guys did say, once you eavesdropped on them, that the ogre is indeed afraid of fire. And yeah, if I would have died against the ogre, then my no idol resting before the bell demon would have really sucked, because yeah, the closest sculpture is right here, so... not sculpture, idol. Closest idol is right here. And yeah, this is a much shorter way to the ogre fight than what it would have been if I had died, but luckily I did not. I'll check what I can find up here. Not much, I guess. There would be one of those deadly roosters there, but I'd rather not get killed by him right now. Especially with the bell demon on now. And here's also a spear guy for me to kill. But I am still lacking a skill that I really want for fighting anyone with a spear. Since, yeah, spearmen and danger kanji symbols usually mean that you can use a Mikiri counter on them, which I do not have just yet. I guess you can't get up there. Or you can, never mind. And yeah, there was a little fog wall thing here blocking this hole before you beat the chained ogre. So yeah, I had to kill him before I get the bell demon. There we find a gourd seed, which means another use for my healing gourd after I show it to Emma. Now then, again there would be a mini-boss there and a prayer bead if I would kill him, but there are a lot of enemies here, so it might have to wait for a while before I actually take him on. I am not confident in my skills just yet. Would you turn around? Thank you. And no one got alerted. I think I should still be good. May be able to take that guy out too, not sure which way he goes. Ah, shit. I'll wait until he comes back and try to backstab him, and then I'll just have to take out the one guy to the... well, the one who's standing right there. Now let's see. I can't believe I actually got him after that loud walking into that wall. Ouch! I got shot. Okay, yeah, fuck this. Into the bushes I go, and we'll see if anyone is actually still after me. Well, actually, even if they are, I will skip them for now. I will come back for them later, but as I said, I am not confident enough in my abilities. I suppose I could and should also make my way to the Hirata estate in the memory. But let's get past this area first, at least. It's quite not heavy on fighting, you could say. But there is some light kind of puzzling to do. Not spooky at all. I'm actually not quite sure how this part should be done well, but I guess this works. Maybe. Okay. Well, he didn't see me yet. By some miracle, so let's just keep going. Once again, I'll let him look the other way. And I'll sneak into the palanquin. And there's the lovely symbol I'm waiting for. But now I wanna keep it going. Because I think he'll strike after me quite soon. Yep. But we'll let poor little Snaky be. For now. Oh, there was an item there. I guess I could pick it up before I forget. Boosts attack power for a time. Who knows, I might actually even use some of those sugars at some point in this playthrough, because I kinda did ignore most of them. There are also items that, you know, they take spirit emblems to use. So they sort of, well, they are not unlimited, but they have, at least I think they use. Or did they? Actually, I'm not sure. They either use spirit emblems or their duration is really short or something. Just ignore my rambling. Anyway, I could go meet the sculpture, get the... forgot the tool's name already. The throwing... Shuriken wheel, yeah. Shuriken wheel tool. I'll get that fitted to my arm. Ah! I needed this to actually use my skill points into things. Okay, apparently this is still here, but again I will avoid additional hardships prompt. Fit new tool. Loaded Shuriken was the actual name of the tool itself. No turning back now. And I can have 3 of these equipped at a time. And I think you toggle them with either Y or triangle depending on what kind of controller you use. Or what the fuck do I know what kind of symbol you have there. But anyway, I have the shuriken wheel. Sadly, it uses spirit emblems as all tools do, so how useful the tools are kind of varies between different enemies and stuff. Anyway, it's time for me to acquire some skill, finally. So I got this first skill tree from the esoteric text item that I got, and I'll need more texts to unlock more skill trees. And I do not remember which skills are where, but I definitely want to make an encounter, so I guess I could wait until I have 2 points for that. Then I guess I could enter the memory as I mentioned. I assume there wouldn't have been anything that I'd want to see after that anymore. And yeah, compared to I guess Souls games, because of course you compare this to Souls games, even though this is kinda different, then this has way more like dialogue and story and stuff like that. Which I do not mind at all, but it does mean that there will be more for me to skip in this playthrough. Also, I forgot to give the gourd seed to Emma, so okay, no healing upgrade just yet, but I'll get it. Try to remember to get it the next time I see her. It appears this is the past. That it is. I did not mean to fall down, but okay, this works out just fine for me, and I have no idea how that guy didn't see me there. Not complaining though. Dowsing powder, which I think healed me of burning. Also, there's some swimming, and I can get some treasure carp scales, which are a kind of a currency, you could say. Some of them you find, and for some of them you have to kill these carps that are fishing around here and in other places of the game. And you will see a merchant who wants them just a bit. Christ! And you can buy some stuff from here. For example, the withered red gourd. I have exactly the 2 that I need, so kind of, you know, a self-refilling, refilling gourd that refills when you rest at an idol, but instead of healing, healing you, it takes away the burn build-up. It cannot heal the burn status abnormality, however, as it says right there. Mask fragment, right. There are 3 parts to this mask. And here would be one skill that I could use if I bought it and equipped it. But maybe with time I'll have gathered some more scales and I might buy some stuff. If you get all 3 parts of the mask, you can combine them and make, I think it was called Dancing Dragon Mask or something. And with it in your inventory, you can, instead of buying skills with your skill points, you can buy attack boost. Or, well, attack boosts. So basically, if you are familiar with the skills and you know exactly which skills you want and all that, then yeah, feel free to just get the skills you want and then save all the points you have and wait until you get the full mask and then just dump all of your skill points into attack and be unstoppable. Okay, maybe not unstoppable, but way stronger than before. There we go, I got to the second skill point there. Alright, I keep forgetting that shurikens are really convenient against the dogs. Kind of like how guns are really convenient against the dogs in Bloodborne. Just a friendly hint. Oh no! If only I knew how to play this game. Well, at least I have my resurrection. And again I keep forgetting that I actually have to gather the coins from enemies if I want them. Then let's keep it going a little further on. I think I'll find 2 more tools semi-nearby. Will you walk all the way here? I think you can do a stealth death blow on an enemy if he walks close enough and you are like doing this. I mean, not this, but you know, leaning against a wall, all sneaky like. I guess these enemies go down just fine with just spamming the attack button, but I suppose they are the equivalent of normal hollows in Souls games or something. Again, the unnecessary Souls game comparisons. They totally didn't see this ninja. Shinobi jumping around over the wall there. Ahem. And right away when the enemies use a different weapon and their timings are slightly different, I will try to deflect with the parry button of Souls games. There we go. Oh no. Well, I got my resurrection back when I rested at the idol, so no biggie I suppose, but let's try to be careful though. And as you possibly noticed there, spamming the deflect button is not a way to go, so that won't help me, at least not too much with the Kuro's charmlessness. Another pellet. Slightly low on healing items, but I'm sure it's fine if I keep going. Dogs! No more dogs. A man is no more. More dogs, though. Up to 3 skill points already. What wonderful skills will I find and buy? Definitely the mechanic counter, as I mentioned, because I really want to have it. Have it for whenever there's an enemy who uses any kind of thrust attacks. For example, that one there would have been a thrust attack, but he didn't really get a chance to use it. Not even close to dying. Okay, maybe a little. And yeah, in case you didn't notice yet, the pellets are basically like life gems from Dark Souls 2, but I think you can only carry 3 of them at a time, so the rest go to your storage and, you know, auto refill your inventory after you use them and die or rest, I think. Anyway, kind of like life gems, but you can gather like 99 of them. Then I guess I'll take a little detour once again. I'm playing really carefully here. I mean, like, well, not really, but I mean, I'm progressing really slow here. Trying to take it slow and easy. With varying results. But I think it's just this guy left who seems so drunk that he doesn't even care. Good for you. But from here we should, yeah, find the flame barrel. So now I can get the flame vent prosthetic tool, which will be useful against animals and anything that has red eyes, I think. I guess that was all from there, just an enemy here. I died. And there goes half of my money and the XP I had over the third skill point. Then buying the mechanic counter and let's see, run and slide. It could help me from reaching different places from, you know, cover to cover, but not sure. Guess I could take it to the whirlwind slash though, because then I could get a mid-air deflection, and I do want that for at least one area. Yeah, I'll do that. Then I'll just equip the whirlwind slash, so now I can use it whenever I feel like. Some of them costing spirit emblems, some of them not. Fun fact, I made it up to this point without getting noticed by anyone, so I guess just sneaking around is an option too, but I think it's pretty limited where that is actually viable in any way. I think they did mention before release too that yeah, although the game has stealth elements, then there are fights that you actually do have to fight. You can't just sneak past everything. Motherfucker. Kicked sand or something in my eyes. Oh god. Death by roosters. Ah yes. Shinobi skill that has been honed for centuries. Shameful. Well, at least I received some unseen aid, so this time I actually didn't lose any money or XP, which is, again, explained right here. But if I do keep dying, then people will get afflicted by dragon rot and the unseen aid percentage will go down, so I should try to avoid that, but we'll see what happens. Sadly, I'm afraid I'm kind of running out of time for today, but hey, at least I got started. I got the Pale Demon and, you know, the challenge has started, so I'll be playing this at the same time as the Daughters of Ash Dark Souls 1 playthrough, and I'll just kind of alternate between episodes of these however I see fit. But anyway, here's to another hopefully interesting playthrough, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys sometime maybe. Bye!